Prime Minister Modi in the USA, rolling coverage right here on News 9. We've been decoding it, peeling it layer by layer. What happened with Tulsi Gabbard, the meeting with NSA Mike Waltz, then Elon Musk, his entire family came in, and now Vivek Ramaswamy. That meeting is expected to take place. But what is going to be on the agenda? What can Indian diaspora in the United States expect? Because they're watching this very closely as Prime Minister Modi and Donald Trump, that crucial bilateral is going to take place moments and hours from now. But what we're also picking up is that at the iconic Blair House, which, by the way, is the president's guest house where all the official dignitaries and the invitees stay. This is also where Prime Minister Modi has been lodged. A protest by the Bangladeshi Hindus took place right outside the Blair House in Washington, D.C. And this is just hours before the scheduled meeting between Prime Minister Modi and U.S. President Donald Trump. Now, the protesters gathered to demand the removal of Muhammad Yunus, calling for action against him. Some of those exclusive protest shots right there on Pennsylvania Avenue. This is just across the White House. And this is also where the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, has been lodged, holding banners and chanting slogans, asking Yunus to step down. Visuals on your screen. Sandeep, Unnithan, editor, News 9 Plus. With us on the broadcast here, Aditya Rajkal, he's going to soon be with us, and all those expert panelists that are continuing to be with us. Lieutenant General Shankar is also with us on the broadcast. We're decoding what it means for Indians back at home, and of course the Indian diaspora, when we're looking at the global new global order that's coming to the fore. Sandeep, before I come to you for your thoughts, we've got some reactions as well coming from Pennsylvania Avenue. Let's listen in.
We coming from Bangladesh, for support for Bangladesh. We want justice. We are happy in Bangladesh is now is everybody. A lot of people is killing people, and nobody is security over there. So it's very bad in Bangladesh right now. No, and house. Lot of people is killing now every day, every morning, every night, every second.
Well, Sandeep, you heard the man over there. Of course, very emotive. A lot of sentiments attached to what's been prevailing in Bangladesh over the better part of the last 6 months now, ever since the ouster of Sheikh Hasina. But Muhammad Yunus dispensation, many saying we're looking at a different Bangladesh post that August uprising. But now, Blair House, Prime Minister being there, it's an issue that was being raked up at different places, but the significance of Pennsylvania Avenue and a protest being carried out over there?
Kabir, extremely significant, this protest at Pennsylvania Avenue. And let's not forget that it was President Donald Trump who raised the issue of the crackdown on minorities inside Bangladesh in November while he was campaigning for the presidential elections. He actually mentioned the fact that he was deeply concerned with the kind of treatment that was being meted out to minorities in Bangladesh, the Christians, the Hindus, and the Buddhists. And this has unfolded in the last 6 months. Ever since Sheikh Hasina left Bangladesh on the 5th of August, there's been a kind of unofficial, what can I call it, a pogrom against minorities in Bangladesh. Their houses have been targeted, they've been killed even, they've been thrown out, their businesses have been attacked. And this is, this kind of thing has been unleashed against minorities there to say that they are not welcome. And the reason ostensibly is because they are supporters of the Awami League, which is the party that ruled Bangladesh when Sheikh Hasina was there. And of course, you had that very horrifying visual a couple of weeks back, Kabir, of the house of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman being destroyed. And the message to the minorities in Bangladesh seems to be that if we can do this to the father of the nation, that is Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, think what we can do to you. And this is horrifying actually in the last 6 months. And all of this is being presided over by Muhammad Yunus. And that is the irony, that a Nobel Prize winning economist who's once tipped as the best man to rule Bangladesh before he ran into difficulties with Sheikh Hasina. And this is the kind of regime that he's been presiding over in the last 6 months, where minorities feel unsafe. And I completely get the sentiment of the people who are protesting out there. They must all have families back home in Bangladesh. who are terrified, who are afraid of their lives, who've been hiding, who cannot voice their opinions freely. And this seems to be the ideal place for them to get the attention which they're rightly being given today morning in Washington, D.C., Kabir.
Right. General Shankar, how about you come in on this as well? Delayed elections, and right from the posters that you see, this is not against, the government. I think this is targeting the chief advisor, Dr. Yunus itself, and only this is only against Muhammad Yunus. It seems to be he's at the center of this, storm, the center of the Bangladeshi diaspora in the United States and their ire.
Look, the way I look at it, I call what's happening in Bangladesh as unarchy, not anarchy, unarchy, right? Yunus is heading an illegal government because there is there is no scope in the constitution for this government to continue. Beyond 90 days, it's become illegal, and he wants to carry out reforms. It's not only that the current dispensation or the students or the radicals and the Jamaat have got together to radicalize the nation as a whole. That's the worry. In addition to bringing down Bangabandhu's house, there's a program on called Operation Devil Hunt, where they're completely exterminating, uh, activist by activist, everyone in the Awami League. They've already uh, arrested over 1,300 people. So they're very clear about what they're doing. And if you see that, very anti-India. And so this protest rally happening there is only a natural outflow of what's happening within Bangladesh. And we need to understand we have a problem in Bangladesh. Increasingly, from what happened in the first week of August to now, the country is completely gone anti-India. The sentiment on the street is anti-India and radical by nature. So we have to have a method of how do we deal with Bangladesh. So far, it's now evident that the toppling of Sheikh Hasina, the deep state had a hand in it. That's coming out in black and white almost. Now we need to restore the situation back to normalcy. And for that, I think this is an opportune moment. The India-US relationship and the platform has to have a clear understanding as to how to deal with Bangladesh. What I'd expect is that I'm sure our Prime Minister will take this up with the President, because this issue was discussed between the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, and Dr. Shankar in their first meeting itself. That itself found a resonance in Bangladesh. People in Bangladesh were asking, why are they discussing Bangladesh in their first meeting itself? And from then to now, the situation has gone bad, even worse. So I expect a talk of this, and I think what my expectation is that, or my wish is that, President Trump and Prime Minister Modi come to an understanding as to how to deal with Bangladesh. And I the best way to do that is let India be in the forefront of how to handle Bangladesh and normalize the situation there, with USA playing a supportive role, like it happened when the Sri Lanka financial crisis happened. USA gave us the leeway to see through the whole thing and restore the situation. So we have a framework already there. And so I think it's very important that we get into such a framework and we take the whole thing forward. This will also set, such a framework and such an action will also set a baseline for India's position in this region, not only in the South Asia or even in the Indian Ocean region as a whole, and will send a strong message to people around, including to Pakistan, because the increasing connect between Pakistan and Bangladesh is a reason for worry for all of us. The fact that ISI had gone right up to Narangpur team, and the Chinese are now being allowed to operate in Teesta for taming the river and things like that, is not a happy sign for us. and we need to
Coming from
get
Pakistan to
G-
Bangladesh, we're looking at joint military drills between Pakistan and the Bangladeshi army. You're right when you raise all those points as well, and I think we need to add Bangladesh to this long list of issues that we've already spoken about today as well.